All right, man. First of all, I just gotta say thank you, man. I really appreciate you, standing doing this interview with me. I definitely don't want to waste your time. We're gonna start from the beginning, all right?
Yes, sir.
What is your name, age, and current living situation?
My name is Gilbert. I go by G. And my living status right now is homeless on the streets over here at 44th and Thomas here in Phoenix, Arizona.
Yep. What led to your current situation? What was life like prior to you being homeless, man?
Before, beginning of this year, I was working 18-hour, 14-hour shifts, and we had a major layoff for my company. So I got laid off with 90 other people at my job. So,
yeah, that's awful, man.
Living situation at that time, I just got out of prison, and I had been staying at a halfway house, / several livings. So the minute I lost my job, it kind of came with the whole financial difficulty at the moment, and they didn't want to work with me. So immediately the guy kind of just kicked me out.
He just put you out, huh?
Yep, because he says he got other people that would pay over $1,200 for the room I'm staying in, and I had to share the room.
Yeah, that's awful.
Immediately I was already kicked out because he already knows I could be able to afford the rent coming up months, in advance. It takes a couple weeks for us to even get a job interview.
That's true.
It takes a while when you go online and apply for jobs. So he didn't want to wait for me to get another job at McDonald's or anywhere because it was going to take too much time to get the financial ball rolling again.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I just got out of prison, so it was kind of hard to get the financial ball rolling when I just got out because I didn't even get a chance to stack my bread up, So,
man, I'm sorry about that, bro. That's awful, dude.
Yeah, so instantly went broke and had no choice. So I started off on the streets over there on the Blade, they call it, 27th Avenue.
27th Avenue.
Camelback. That's where I was at originally. And it was too much over there, violence, all kinds of crazy stuff going down over there. So I came to this side of town, or the city, because it's more calm and more collective, but it's still a little bit crazy out here.
Yeah, so it's a lot. I mean, the camaraderie's a little bit better out here, wouldn't you say, versus being out there on 27?
Yeah.
Or being on the Blade, as you called it?
Yeah, being in the avenues and being on the streets, there's a big difference. There's more respect over here. Over there in the avenues, it's more
cutthroat.
Yeah, you could lose your life real quick out there.
Yeah, kill or be killed.
Be arrested.
What's been the hardest part of being homeless for you, man?
Trespassing.
Trespassing?
Yeah, you could be say this property or any property out here in Phoenix, they can have a arrest on site. So
that's awful.
You could be it's hot out here in Phoenix right now. It's starting to cool down, but during the day you try to cool off and try to hide under a tree or someone shady real quick, and you not even know about the arrest on site. A cop could pull up and just detain you, and then
and that's it, huh?
Yeah, you got a case, you're on probation, and you're
Man, that's awful. I'm sorry that happens to you. What are they calling that? Is it just an arrest on site? Because in Tempe, they call it urban camping. No urban camping. In other words, you can't have, blanket, anything, yeah.
So arrest on site means that you just happen to step a foot on property and it's just city out here, compared from where I'm from. I guess city life, they kind of get fed up with people vandalizing and taking over and trashing up properties, so they have an arrest on site. It means a cop will drive by, you already know that's arrest on site, you see a group of people.
Take you.
Yeah, it's not even camping, you're just standing there and you're hey, boom, no questions asked, he'll tell you it's arrest on site, and then you run your name. Sometimes they cut you a break, if you have no warrants or you're on probation, they'll cut you a break and tell you to take your name down until you get kicked rocks and come back here again.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest issue right now is this trespassing is the main issue.
Man, that's awful. Awful as hell. I mean, do they have any, they call them, shelter, being that it's so hot, it's like heat shelters for people out here in this area?
They do. They got one called Keys of Change. That's an SOS. It's before I got out of prison, they had this other one downtown. Remember what was it called? It's not Hope. It's
I heard of Hope. Yeah.
Yeah. There's another one called what's all the ones with the tents that had to make people leave.
Not Cass.
Yeah, it was
Cass.
Cass.
Cass is bad.
So they changed it to SOS now.
Okay.
So that's over there out the avenues now. I forget what street, but they give you a tent and somewhere to stay.
Okay.
But it's kind of rough, and there's a lot of programs out here but you know they want you to be like in intense programming. I mean, it's like, you know, they want you to be there for 90 days, not allowed to leave. And I try to make my money, you know, so that's why I'm out here flying a sign, because I put in applications for jobs and I get interviews that stick, but some of them don't want to hire somebody homeless.
Man, that's always the problem.
And
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
that's
sit
awful.
there and lie to employers, because I'll show up every goddamn day. I got
Mhm.
places I could go shower and kind of rest, but you know, it just sucks that they don't want to hire somebody homeless because they, you know, they consider me unstable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That leads to the next question. What does a typical day on the living on the streets look like for you, man?
Typical days, it's like this day, just pretty much relaxing, just trying my best to make some money so I can get some food and, you know, other things like socks, clothes, because I travel lightly and, like, you know, just enough money for funds just to get like something to eat and stuff.
Yeah.
And, I do like a lot of urban camping. I do that too.
Yeah.
But I'm usually by myself, because when you get in a group of people,
It makes it bad.
yeah, it makes it more obvious, plus more trash. But like typical days is like this, is quiet, and I'm out here like on a corner, not trying to sell drugs or boost. They call it boosting. Like people like stealing.
Yeah.
And I don't steal none of that, so I fly a sign, you know.
Man,
so that's my deal. I stand in the middle of the media. That's illegal too, but right now law enforcement's not picking up anybody with misdemeanors or doing that type of crime, you know.
Man, that's
flying,
good. Yeah.
You can't be flying, you know. But I hold up a sign. It's more easier to do that than to go into stores and steal, because you only have so many
100%.
limited options out here to do anything, to put money in your pocket to get something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
And I find that probably the easiest thing to not get in trouble or get incarcerated, you know, because I've been fighting incarceration for a while.
Man, that's awful, man. And you mentioned something about traveling. That's always a big thing when you're out here on the streets. A lot of people say they travel immensely, like, I mean, a lot. How many miles would you say you walk a day, or how much stuff do you carry, you know, along with walking a day?
I travel lightly. I
Like you
carry
said,
a
light.
backpack, like, you know, with a blanket, you know, change of clothes and socks.
Mm-hmm.
And I walk a lot, like it tends a lot. Like I said, over here you can't squat, you can't sit down. When I was in prison, there was a pandemic with fentanyl, when people were using at bus stops and stuff, like a lot of drug
Yeah.
usage. So that was kind of like one of the issues back in the day.
I remember,
Getting
yeah.
released and finding out all this, like you can't be sitting at the bus stop more than 30 minutes, or you can't be standing by any one of these businesses for 30 minutes or longer, because then they will get you for trespassing or camping or whatever you guys want to call it. But I'm really trying to help other people get into these programs to help me, you know, because at the end of the day, I don't think we all deserve to live like this, but it's like I said, it's hard to get a job when you're homeless.
100%. Is there a particular experience you've had while homeless that stands out, man? I know there's probably been a lot, but could you name one or so that, or tell us about one or so that stand out to you?
What stands out is it's pretty much like, you know, I don't really know on that question, really, like, you know, because, you know, like, what stands out is how generous and nice people are at giving and helping me out. You know?
Man, that's amazing, man.
That's
You're one of the
really
few who
shocking.
said that or mentioned that.
It's shocking because I wouldn't expect, like, you know, standing out there, someone give me $1, you know, it could help me, you know, it helps a lot. And you'd be surprised by a lot of people who help, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you know, getting me through the day, you know, financially to help me out. And with my financial struggle, like I said, I try to save up every penny I get to get a bus ticket to get out of Phoenix, Arizona, and go back to South Dakota. You know,
Yes.
But that was the shocking, most standing out thing, how people help people out.
That's
know?
amazing, man. Yeah, it's awesome that you acknowledge that. You said something about get a bus ticket. I always say, 90% of the people that I interview are not from Arizona. Where are you from again?
I'm from, I was born in Boise City, Arizona, but my mom and family lives up in Rapid City, South Dakota, and Kadoka,
Okay.
South Dakota.
Oh, okay.
And that's where all my family's based out of. And I've been living up there for my entire life. I came out here for a rodeo, and like I said, we got pulled over, and somebody didn't want to admit that they had drug paraphernalia and drugs
Man, that's
in the
awful,
vehicle,
buddy.
and they ended up slapping me with 2.5 years in prison for paraphernalia. And we got reduced. I had to waste a lot of money. That's what kind of explains why I'm on the streets too, because I wasted so much money and financially drained myself to get a defense attorney Because I'm not gonna do 8 years for someone else's shit. You know?
Yeah. They always say, come on vacation, leave on
Yeah.
probation.
I'm
Arizona,
finally
man.
off parole.
That's amazing,
and
bro.
not on probation, so I got that chance. So I'm trying to make every funds possible to
get
home.
back.
Yeah, to get out of here, because I'd rather be up there working and have a steady place to live. You know, I have family.
Man,
Go stay out
100%.
here. I really don't have nobody.
It's
Myself.
just you.
Yeah. It's dangerous. I could lose my life any night. You know, and there's a lot of
100%.
stuff going on. You know?
Very, very true. If you could speak to your younger self, what would you say, man?
Nothing really. Like, you know, I try to do everything right. You know, I've been doing everything right my entire life. So,
Man, that's
like
dope.
I said, I just been the one. I didn't even make the mistake getting in someone's vehicle because I'm not gonna question somebody. You know, I just flew in from South Dakota. You know,
Yeah.
to Arizona. So like, I can't really want to say something to my past because everything to up to this moment is building me to be who I am.
Man, that was good. Yeah. You know, got to go through it to grow through it.
You know, yeah, I got experiences like, you know, because like we all got experience something at some point in our life. And like
100%,
what happened
man.
to me, like I couldn't get home with my family, nobody, because my stuff got stolen when I came out here. People like to steal, you know. And like
Oh
I said,
yeah, yeah. That's
and,
that's a
got
big
my bag
thing.
taken with my wallet, so like, you know,
Had to start all over, huh?
yeah, my phone and stuff.
What is something you wish more people understood about being homeless?
The financial struggle and the struggle to like get a job and actually get work. Because like, you know, if somebody pulled up with me right now and say, hey dude, if you do my yard, like yeah, let's go. You know what I mean?
Let's go, huh? Yeah.
Let's go to work. And I even tried to stay in that Home Depot, and they're not even picking up the Mexicans over there too.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to give out work because of the whole immigration thing too going on. And
Yeah, that's true.
So like, yeah, I tried every ways and outlooks to get a job and find work.
Man, that's good, man. That's awesome of you. Is there a person or organization that has made a significant and or positive impact on your life since you've been out here on the streets?
I want to say New Freedom has helped me a lot.
Man,
It's
that's awesome.
It's
Shout
a place
them out.
for a rehabilitation center for convicts, felons like me, to come back into society to learn how to change their behavior and right from the past we used to live. So I'd like to give a shout out to our organization for helping me understand my behavior when patterns weren't right. I'm sorry I let them down because come back to the streets, but they will understand that, you know, struggle with losing your job and being around certain people with greed can kind of just put you right back on square one, you know, where you're on the streets, you know?
Yeah.
And it's not easy to be on the streets. Like I said, I could step in the wrong spot and get picked up by the police.
Yeah, that's
and
awful,
fuck.
man. What advice would you give someone going through a hard time?
Just plant your feet. Like half these people I see out here don't have a criminal record, so I'm looking at them like, you guys retarded, go get some help.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of people on drugs out here that can't handle it, they get burnt out. But I look at them and say, you guys got a whole lot of things ahead of you. It's not.
Man, that's some wise words,
All you
man.
gotta do is just stop what they're doing. You know,
Yeah,
because I mean, I'm
100%.
not doing nothing. I'm still in a like rut. I am. But like I said, I've been to like countless interviews, and the only thing that's preventing me from getting a job is I'm homeless.
Yeah, that's awful,
You
man.
know, that's the main thing. And then, but to the people out here, all I gotta say, if they just stop what they're doing and actually take charge of their life, if they have no criminal record, dog, they got a whole.
You got it all.
Yeah, they got a whole
you got a
career.
better chance than anybody.
Yeah, because like when I go to interviews, like they ask me, one, you're a felon, you know, you just got out of prison, I don't look good, and you know, two, you're homeless. That's not good. So I had
It's
those
true.
two common things, and when you have someone that has a clean record,
They got a better shot at
yes,
somebody
and homeless,
any
you're like,
day,
okay,
yeah.
maybe you can get you into like some civil living or something, you know, some shit like that with them.
Yeah.
Compared to me, to like, you know, ex-felon, like, you know, you're not gonna get a chance. 'Cause you got
That's
two
true,
things.
man. Very good. What is the most common reason you see for people ending up on the streets?
Drug use.
Drug
and,
use. What about mental illness?
Yeah, a lot of mental illness. A lot of people are mentally sick out here. Like we had a lot of SMI. I learned
Oh,
about
yeah,
that. I didn't
yeah.
know what SMI meant until I came out
Seriously mentally ill, yeah.
here. Yeah, and there's seriously a lot of people mentally ill out here. It's crazy. You know,
It's pretty bad,
Yeah,
yeah.
dude, like I gotta keep my distance from them.
What is a skill or talent you have that people might not expect, man?
That I can actually work and do stuff find hands, and I got the talent to just work. A lot of people out here don't want to work, actually.
Very true. And last but not least, man, I told you I wouldn't keep you long. I always ask, do you have a Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, or anything like that, just in case someone who might see this interview, might find it in their heart or have compassion or empathy, to your situation? They might want to send you a little help or something. So
I really don't have none of those things because, like I said, my phone got jacked.
Yeah.
And, if you want to find me, you can come to Thomas and 44th Street over here in Phoenix, and stop by. I'm always flying. You can notice me,
And there it is there, man. Thank you so much, man. You've been a gentleman and a scholar, man. If I see you again out here, man, and you feel up to it, could I get an update, man?
Yes, sir.
Man, I appreciate you, buddy, man. It's been amazing.
I try to bring some other people to, give interviews with, I know a lot of homeless people.
Man, that's amazing, man.
But thank you for having me. Thank you for taking the time of day and night to come interview me. I appreciate that.
Man, I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much. You have a good one, bro.
You too.